Hi Grandma. I wanted to just make you a video so that I could show you the exercises in a way that you could come back to and hopefully be able to do them at your house. I got myself a couple different items. So what it was the deadlift, or we can start with what's called the hinge. So the hinge movement is just this one right here. So it's just bending the hips so that we can kind of strengthen in around here, because that's where you say you do have a little bit of pain. With that, we'll be strengthening here, and a little bit strengthening here as well. The movement is very similar. If you were going to go and jump over something, how would you do it? As opposed to the squat where I'm going to go sit on something, it's I'm going to jump over something. So there's a couple different ways that we can do it. Starting out, probably just holding something in what we call the goblet position might be the easiest thing for you. So if you have something like a water bottle or something with just a little bit of a load, just so that we can start to strengthen it more than just with your body weight. So this right here is the goblet position. You're just going to get your feet in a comfortable position, usually about hip width. If you want, you can go out to even a shoulder width, but just turn your toes out a little bit. One thing to be mindful of is wherever you do happen to place your feet, just look down and make sure that they're even, so you're not having one here facing forward and one here facing out. I mean, you can, it's just slightly different mechanics. So for now, let's just go for the symmetry of either about waist or hip width facing forward, shoulder width facing a little bit out, or wherever is comfortable for you. Holding our weight here, we're just going to hinge down and come back up. And so from the side, it's just hinge down and come back up. And we'll try and do 5. When you're done, have a rest. Do another set of 5 when you feel you're rested, and just leave it at that. We can start with 2 sets of 5. If you're finding you don't feel like it's enough, that's okay. I would rather you start a little bit lighter and just kind of slowly work up, as opposed to starting, having it be too heavy, getting really, really sore, and then discouraged and not doing it again. So if you're finding whatever weight you chose was a little bit light, the following day you can pick up something heavier. So for me, going from a water bottle to a textbook, again, just holding it in that goblet position, and then you'll go and you'll hinge and you'll come back up, and we'll do that for a set of 5. And when that's done, if that's still feeling good, pick something else up that is just a little bit heavier. You don't have to have a formal weight, you don't have to weigh them, you don't have to know exactly how much it is, just something that's a little bit heavier than the other one. Another option that I have here is just a milk jug filled with water. I will go on to kind of the next thing. If you're finding that your arms are getting too sore, or you're feeling like you can't hold a weight here any longer, if you're finding any tension in here or anything up here, the next step with this is to kind of put your arms down at your side, and that is doing more of what's called a suitcase deadlift. So if you're holding 2 suitcases in one hand, and then it's just kind of thumbs go down the seam of your pants and back up, and so from the side, just hinging down and coming back up. But that hinge mechanics is still the same, regardless of whether you're holding a weight here or holding something down here. So I have 2 milk jugs for that one. So you can see, just holding something down at my side, and then you can just hinge down. Oh, too close to the table. Hinge down and come back up. You can go down kind of as low as you feel comfortable, but I do want you to keep your shoulders higher than your hips, no matter how low you go, and to keep your back nice and neutral. And so what that means, things to watch for, is we're not just going down like this, and we're not doing this, but we're just keeping it nice and straight as if we have that standing posture. Hopefully this is informative. Hopefully you want to give it a try. If you have any questions, please reach out. See you later.